Hi, my name is Cy Porter, and this is a tutorial on drawing the human figure from memory and imagination. And I'm continuing with my series on drawing human hands. So I want to talk more about modifying the basic spatula wedge shape of the palm. So when I start out drawing a hand, first I'll go in and draw the most overall basic form, which is the spatula shape, wedge shape of the palm, to find it in 3D space. So it gets wider on the knuckle side and less wide down by the wrist, and it gets fatter down by the wrist and flatter out by the knuckles. So basically this is the wedge shape. Now, once I have found it in 3D space, I can immediately go in and start modifying this overall shape. For one thing, the palm is not, when you have all the fingers splayed out, the palm does flatten like this, but once the palm starts moving, it has a tendency to concave on the face side of the palm, and on the back side of the palm, which we're looking at right here, it has a tendency to kind of bowl out. So one thing we're looking at is here's the fact that on the pinky side it dips off here, and the pinky knuckle is much closer to the wrist than the pointer knuckle here. But so let's look at this web shape. Let's start to change it. It actually you can bend it and make it more. This here, it actually, think of it as like a canoe or a boat that you would carve out. You want to start to bend and shape it, and basically this wedge shape, if it were a piece of clay, you can take and just push it in on the inside and bowl it out on the outside and bend it like that. And then of course you wanna kind of lob off this corner over here and create more of a arc where it's lobbed off here. So you can, like, after you find the basic shape of the hand in space, then you can start to amend that shape and change it. Here's the triangular wedge of the lower thumb's digit coming off here, and as you can see from that basic web shape, we're starting to see the form of the hand come out, as if you're sculpting it, even though you're just, sculpting it on paper. So you can see how you take the basic web shape, and by warping it, by creating these arcs in here instead of just a squarish wedge shape, and lobbing off that corner and adding on the thumb shape here, it begins to look like a hand. Let's go ahead and try this from a different angle here. So let's just, first find it in 3D space. You want to have a hand. We'll have the knuckles coming towards us this time, and you start off with the most basic shape, and here's the palm will be coming off here. Here's the palm coming down. So this is how you can find it in supposed 3D space. You start off with the most general shape here, and once you do that, you can immediately start to take this shape. You want to change it from a blockish shape into now there are times when the hand does flatten out and it does keep this overall blockish plane to it, but a lot of the times when the hand is holding something or gesturing, it takes on this spoon type shape that deviates it from the blockish palm shape to create the more rounded arced wedge shape here. So just think of it as more like kind of like somewhere between a spoon and a spatula. And here's the triangular thumb digit coming off here, and of course this corner here gets lobbed off because you want to create an arc where the knuckle here, these four knuckles here, index, middle, ring, and pinkie, each one is successively closer to the palm, and so you kind of lob that off here. Here's the pinky knuckle here, ring, middle, and index pinky, and each one you're thinking of as closer to the wrist back here. And so here's the thumb shape here, and so you can see that it's starting to take on the form of a hand. So that pretty much finishes up this tutorial. I hope this helps you with your drawing. I put these free tutorials on the internet to get the word out about my animation work. So if you like these tutorials, please return the favor and visit my website that features my animation. It's at solomation.com. And tell a friend about these tutorials, and if you have a blog or anything like that, I would greatly appreciate it, and I hope you have a great day.